If you have questions about the 6.0 or the 6.4, go back and take care of those now, because we're moving into the 6.7. Reset your brain, because we're going to change things again. Not everything, just a few. Let's hit the highlights we're going to change. First of all, we've got an inside-out engine. The intake comes off the outside, and the exhaust comes off the center. Now look at the turbocharger there, and you can see why this is an efficient design. It works very well to do it that way. Then coming out of the turbocharger, we can go down the other side, and it's also efficient. So even though it looks strange, it's different. One of the big differences is a dual cooling system. The engine, we call the high temperature system, runs at 194 degrees. A low temperature system, that air to water intercooler and the transmission fluid and the fuel cooler and the EGR system, is a separate 122 degree cooling system. We have drive belts mounted to different pumps. The one mounted low on the driver's side circulates high temperature coolant, while the separate belt driven pump mounted higher on the passenger side circulates the low temperature coolant. So we have two of them. The turbocharger has two different styles. The standard pickup, I'm going to refer to as the wide frame. It has a turbocharger with dual boost turbocharger. This is a unique turbocharger. It has one exhaust turbine and two intake compressors. The exhaust turbine has variable vanes that change with engine oil, much the same way the solenoid did on the 6.0. Chassis cab, commercial vehicle, body vehicle, whatever you want to call it, has a standard variable geometry turbocharger operated with engine oil, very much like the 6.0. The difference in cooler is, rather than use air like we've used with the 6.0, the 6.4, now we have a charged air cooler that's going to use liquid coolant off of our low pressure system at 122. Much cooler than we had before. So this relieves extra heating of the coolant coming through extra radiators. This is off to the side. We're also going to have a throttle plate. The intake manifold body promotes flow of EGR gases, the intake manifold, by creating a differential between the exhaust pressure and the intake pressure. We've got to get these two to mix together. We showed it earlier. The blue is coming in as the cool intake gases, and the red is the hot exhaust gases. And we're going to mix them together before putting them in the intake. What we used to call the horizontal fuel control module is now called the diesel fuel conditioning module. And we're going to have piezoelectric injectors like we had before with the 6.0. There's not much difference in the DCM's functions. It looks slightly different, but performs exactly the same function.